items on there. Yes, we were. Good evening and welcome to the City of Helena City Commission meeting, July 18, 2022, 6 p.m. This meeting is called to order. Madam Clerk, would you take the roll, please?
City Attorney Doctor.
Here.
Interim City Manager Burton.
Here.
Commissioner Dean.
Here.
Commissioner Reed.
Here.
Commissioner Logan.
Here.
Mayor Collins.
Here. Welcome and thank you for participating in the City of Helena City Commission meeting. We are pleased to be able to provide this alternative meeting format in the city's effort to broaden public participation. Please be patient as we may experience technical difficulties during the meeting. We welcome your public commentary. Please read the following tips and guidelines for the app usage and your participation. Would you rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Consent agenda claims. Okay, claims paid. The expenditure, would you go over that, what do you call it? The claims?
Yes, Mayor, we recommend approval of the claims, and as you can see, claims paid on 5/27/22 in the amount of $734,375.97. Claims paid on 6/3/22, total amount of $392,534.23. Mayor, the claims paid on 6/7 and 6/10/22 for a total amount of $598,473.93. And claims paid on 6/14 and 6/17/22 for a total of $219,150.99, Mayor.
Okay. Comments or questions from the commission? I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I will move to approve the consent agenda item A claims.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Dean.
Aye.
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Collins.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Report of the city attorney?
Mayor, Commissioners, thank you. I do actually have a report today. I have the honor of introducing to you Assistant City Attorney Amy Hockaluck. She's here today on her first day, actually, and she agreed to stay here so I could introduce her. She comes to us from the Public Service Commission, where she spent several months working on complex and high-profile litigation on utility and transportation regulation. She also served as a hearings examiner while there. She also, prior to that, she was one of the staff that I hired at Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. So I spent 10 years supervising Ms. Hockaluck and know her to be a very valuable person in an attorney's office. And so I look forward to working with her again on things that she was worked on at Fish, Wildlife, and Parks: water rights, land use, enforcement issues, contracts, administrative law, all of which she will utilize here as well and serve you in the city. She also then, just prior to that in law school, spent some time with the Public Defender's Office in D.C., Washington, D.C., and so she also served as Helena Citizen Council chairperson for a year here in Helena when she moved here. So it is my pleasure to work with her again, and I would offer, Mayor, if this is okay with you, offer her an opportunity to greet you and say a few things, if that's okay.
You bet. I wish I knew how to pronounce that name again, and then I will say, come on over, you have the floor.
All right, thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. I'll say it again, it's Amy Hockaluk.
Akala.
Hockaluk, yes. And I'm really excited to be here. I think that my previous work experiences and being on the Citizens Council have given me a perfect opportunity to hit the ground running here. And I'm really excited about the work I get to do in Becky's office. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Comments or questions from the commission?
Well, I'm very excited with the variety of experience that you bring, and excited to get to know you, so welcome to the city of Helena.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, thanks, Ms. Doctor, for introducing Amy, and welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Amy.
Mr. Mayor, also, I will just add very briefly, thank you and welcome. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
All right. Report of the city manager, interim city manager.
Mayor, I just have a very brief report. Would like to inform you that had a very good meeting last Thursday with the superintendent of schools and his management team, with myself and many of the directors throughout the city departments. Had broad discussions on coordinating activities and whether they be physical security with the buildings, police and sheriff coordination with the schools. We also had a discussion with the new infrastructure bill coming down from the federal government, that under that program, it's just been rolled out that there are safety dollars available for transportation. And so and to study issues. And so what we proposed to the school, and I think they readily agreed, is that we're going to study each school site in the city for safe routes to schools, hire a consulting firm to do the work. Out of that will come priorities. And then my assumption would be that the physical improvements that are identified through this citywide approach would also be eligible expenditures under the infrastructure bill. And we also agreed, the superintendent and I, to more structure our gatherings to at least meet on a quarterly basis. So with that, Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Manager Burton. Communications from Helena Citizens Council, Mr. Harris. Madam? Okay. You have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to join. I don't have anything to report right now. We do have our next meeting coming up the last Wednesday, the fourth Wednesday of this month. We do hope to have some robust recommendations to bring to the City Commission for considerations for ADA accessibility on the sidewalks possibly, but also specifically child care facilities and some proposed language changes. Hopefully we will have some discussion and bring forth a recommendation for you to consider. Other than that, I don't have anything new to update, and I will be here for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Comments or questions for Mr. Harris? Thank you. Regular items. Consider a resolution of intention to create Special Improvement Lighting District number 398 in the city of Helena, Montana. Director Danielson, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. Tonight I have a presentation on a request for the creation of a special improvement lighting district on Ridgewood Lane. I don't know if I can go how to scroll through that. Thank you. So just I wanted to brief you on why I'm bringing the creation of the district. We had a petition from some property owners on Ridgewood Lane that signed the petition and submitted them to the city. I first considered amending the adjacent lighting district, but the cost of these particular lights would have increased that district's cost by about 15%, which would have been a major modification. So I then reached out to Northwestern Energy, confirmed the costs that they gave me, and am creating an entirely new lighting district. And so with this, the Northwestern Energy gives us the cost, then the city gets the square foot per property and takes that and calculates a cost per square foot for the lighting district. On the next, and just so in Montana state law, I've just identified that, we have to identify, we have to have dark sky provisions. There's specific lighting models and energy usage and watts that are required to install new lights. And these would be 3 brand new lights that are installed on that street for the benefit of the 7 homeowners. Once the city calculates the cost and sends, brings this to the commission for consideration of a new district with the petition, we then take that information and if approved, if the resolution of intention is approved by the commission, then I notify all of the property owners again, which I've already done but a formal letter to them and, let them know exactly what the cost is going to be per property. We do collect double the assessment in the first year to get a cash reserve in the lighting district fund. Each fund by law is required to have its own self-balancing set of accounts. And so because of the delay in receiving the assessments, we develop a cash reserve in the fund, and then that gets passed off to the property owner through their annual property assessments. One of the questions that I had, that it took me just a little while to formulate this from the time that I originally got the petition, was the cost of the lights. Northwestern Energy came back at $75.47 per light per month. That was a little bit higher than actually it was quite a bit more than the rest of the cost of our existing lighting districts. I took a look at all of our lighting district, and I kind of pushed back on them and asked them why, and if they could give me a breakdown of why it would cost so much. It was not, they couldn't provide exactly the breakdown, but they did indicate because they have to tear into the existing infrastructure and street and install the lights instead of a new development where they would just go in and put the lights in along with, all the other utilities, that it would cost them extra to put these lights in. And so I calculated our administrative fee that we charge, which it runs around 2 to 2.4% on each of the districts, and came up with a calculation of 0.08033 cents per square foot in the first year and 0.04017 cents per square foot in the second year. And I'm sorry if I'm not following the slides correctly. But on the assessment per property page, you can see what it would cost each property owner in the first year and the second year. I will say that after I had originally sent this out, I did have one of the homeowners contact me and ask to have her name removed from the petition because she didn't recognize how it would really impact her, the cost. And I said I could move forward with it. She'll get the notice, and then they have the opportunity, all of the property owners have the opportunity to send the city clerk a petition or a protest. And then if the majority of the property owners protest the district, then we just won't bring this back to the commission for consideration. It'll be tabled, and according to state law, I think you have to wait another 6 months before you can even bring it back to the commission. So that's where I'm at tonight, is just to move this process forward based on the petition that I received. If you approve the resolution of intention to create the district, I'll then send letters out to each of the property owners. They'll have an opportunity to protest, and then if the majority protest, I won't bring this back. If not a majority comes back, then I'll bring back a resolution for the commission to actually create the district. And then once that resolution is passed, then we can send that information to Northwestern Energy, and they'll begin the process of installing the lights. And that is all I have right now, unless you have any questions.
Yes. Two questions. How many property owners are we talking about?
7.
And is 7? Oh, and is that $75 in perpetuity?
It is.
Oh,
So how Northwestern Energy calculates the cost, they calculate the cost of the infrastructure, and we get billed that every month. Now, the cost of the lighting may fluctuate, the actual electrical current may fluctuate every year, and then I do a calculation on, whether or not the fund has sufficient balance in it to kind of weigh what the assessment will be in the following year. But I haven't seen them go down since I've been looking at this for the last 3 years.
just a follow-up. But Northwestern Energy is saying that because they gotta dig up and all that kind of stuff. So what would be the cost of that digging up and all of that, do you know?
Pardon me?
Do you know the cost that Northwestern Energy will be paying for the digging up? Because if it's in perpetuity, that's a long time. I mean,
I requested that information, and Northwestern Energy replied that they don't give that out.
oh, wow. Okay, thank you. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's an interesting answer from them. I guess, so will after tonight, if this passes, so that the process can move forward as these homeowners have requested, does the breakdown of the cost per property get included in the notice that goes out to them?
Yes, I did in each letter specify what their annual cost would be in the first year and the second year
Okay.
in the notice to the homeowners.
Steve, any other questions from the commission? Any public comments? Any online?
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, I have no written public comment online. I have no hands raised.
I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Commissioner.
I would move to approve resolution of intention to create special improvement lighting district number 398 in the city of Helena, Montana.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Dean,
Aye.
Commissioner Reed,
Aye.
Commissioner Logan,
Aye.
Mayor Collins.
Aye.
The motion carries 4-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone from the public wishes to address the commission? Madam Clerk?
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, I have no online public comment.
Any final comments from the commission? This meeting is adjourned.